Hi everybody, Sanbud, and welcome to Reality Bus TV, where we talk about all things reality TV shows and all things reality TV show stars. So listen, you guys, we need to talk about the full review of episode 12 of the Bala family, okay? There are things about this show that frustrate me so much because it's such a good show, but there are things that they're just getting wrong. Okay, they are at the retreat somewhere, and we don't even know that they're going to a retreat, and we don't even know why they're at the retreat, and we don't even know what the plan is with them being at the retreat. Okay. Listen, okay? Whoever is directing this whole thing, they need to do better, okay? The producers need to do better in planning and letting us know as the viewers what is going on, okay? We are tired of watching the Bala family and feeling like we are solving a maths equation, okay? It's difficult enough to listen to Uzwai trying to communicate. Okay, it's difficult enough listening to Upelo trying to communicate. It's difficult enough listening to Loy. Like when you're listening to them, it's like almost like when Zaingambe, what was that section here? Trigonometry. When the trigonometry, you're trying to put things together that don't add up, and you don't even know when you are ever going to use this thing in your life ever. So now with them now having an opportunity to tell us what's going on in the diary sessions, they still don't do it. Okay. So I'm starting to get frustrated with this show. Here's the thing, you guys. The bottom line, the thing that all of us, every single cast member on the show, the viewers, the production, everybody, I don't think there is a single person that does not think that Pelo has a drinking problem. Okay. And I don't think that there's a single person that thinks that Pelo doesn't need help. Pelo needs help. Okay. He needs to admit it to himself that he needs help, and he needs to admit himself to a rehab center, and he needs to get well. All of us agree. Okay. There's no argument there. Okay. His behavior is unacceptable, totally unacceptable. Okay, there might be explanation as to why he behaves the way that he behaves, whatever the traumas, whatever, being depressed, anxiety, all of that, okay, might be part of the equation, but the bottom line is that his behavior is unacceptable. Okay, that being said, there is not a single person that is a member of the Bala family that is perfect. Okay. And every single one of them, they deflect from their own stuff by talking about Pelo. Okay. When you have a black sheep in the family, that's what happens with every family. Everybody focuses on the black sheep. Okay. And it's a very convenient excuse for everybody to not focus on their own selves. Okay. One wise woman, I think it was Iyanla, that once said, the person that is a black sheep in the family, if you want to know how the family is, or if the person that is a true reflection of the family's emotions and traumas, all of it is in one person that people call the black sheep. The black sheep is the true reflection of what's going on in the family. Other people are able to cover up what's going on in the family, but the black sheep is the one that is not able to hide whatever it is that is going on emotionally with them and how they deal with the things that happen in the family. So I say this to say that with the members of the Bala family, I feel like every week I discover all of them, they need therapy, because the way that now everybody is using Pelo's situation to deflect from everything else that they need to deal with is a thing, you guys. For me, I feel like everybody needs therapy at this point. All of them as the Bala family. I don't know if they're going to get the therapy at the retreat. I haven't seen anybody professional that is there, but I hope that they do. Okay. Now, here's another thing that I'm going to say that other people are not going to like. Everybody needs Pelo, okay? Because every single conversation that is taking place on this show, every single scene is about Pelo. Okay, can you imagine this show without Pelo? Absolutely the hell not. I know that Zwei and Loiso were being paid more than Pelo on when they were in a group. I hope that on this show he's getting paid more, because he seems to be working more. He might be drunk most of the scenes, but he is working more than anybody else. Okay. Also, you guys, I don't understand if you care about your family member and you are so over the fact that they drink all the time and you are so frustrated with them, but why are you taking every opportunity to make sure that the cameras are there when he is doing the drunken stuff? You know what I mean? There are things that I'm like, okay, are you not liking the fact that your brother is drinking, or are you liking it because you seem to be using it for the show? Okay, so now, as much as I feel like I so want Upelo to get well, you guys, I love Upelo like I love Usne, because I love Labantu Laba that families give up on. But I feel like, listen, if you can just get this one thing, okay? If you can just understand for yourself that you have this personality that gets addicted to alcohol and you are using alcohol somehow to not have to deal with certain things in your life. If you can just figure that thing out, like Pelo would be amazing. They need Pelo in that family. They need somebody that's going to tell them the truth. They need somebody that is not going to pretend, okay? And I feel like Pelo is that person, but Pelo cannot be taken seriously right now because Pelo does everything drunk. Guys, they even did a diary session this time with Pelo drunk when he was still at Queenstown with his father's family, and he had a conversation with his uncle. And I really do feel like the uncle does care, you guys. I feel like he was being genuine, because some family members, I feel like they're just taking moments to be on TV, like the Konu auntie, the rich auntie with the fair thing. I'm like, this auntie, I'm not sure about her. Okay. And Pelo doesn't like it. And I'm like, Pelo, I don't like your aunt with you. Okay. But the uncle, I did feel like the uncle was genuinely concerned about what had just happened, because Pelo done embarrassed everybody at the funeral. Okay. Was rolling on the floor wearing his very nice suit and one dollar. So after the funeral, they were talking to him. The diary session that he did, talking about that scene, he was drunk, Upelo. So I'm not understanding, like, who is sitting there in front of Upelo trying to get him to do a diary session when everybody can clearly see Pelo is drunk. Why is Pelo doing a diary session drunk? I understand the scene being shot with him drunk because it's supposed to be a reality show and it's supposed to give the true reflection of what happens in their lives. But definitely when you do a diary session, you have to be sober so that you can give us your sober thoughts about that situation. It's like we saw Pelo drunk, in the scene, and then he was giving us an explanation of what was happening in the scene, and he was still drunk while sitting there doing a diary session. There are things that are just starting to make me feel like this about this show. Like, why is Pelo doing a devastation drunk? Like, you couldn't wait for the following day to, just get him, sober for like 2 hours so that he could do that diary session. I don't know. What's the point of doing a diary session with a drunk person? I didn't get it, you guys. So now, like I said, everybody agrees he needs help, because even the family from his father's side, they saw him drunk, and it didn't look or sound like, you guys, it's a new thing to them. It's like a thing that they know. This is how Pelo behaves when he's drunk, and they have to deal with that all the time, and none of them are happy about it. And then the aunt was saying, if you think you can escape your life by coming, all of that. Like I said, you guys, I don't really like auntie, because I was like, is auntie helping Pelo, or is auntie taking an opportunity to be on TV? But I like the uncle that emphasized, okay, fine, you've said everything, but can you respond to this? You need professional help. You have a problem with alcohol and you need help. Respond to that. Okay. Pelo says, you know what? I don't think that I need help. I just feel like it's what I'm going through right now. It's not like it's the end of the world. He just gave some excuses, you guys. And I kept feeling like, Pelo, you need help. I mean, obviously, you should know for yourself that you need help, okay? I'm getting frustrated with Pelo. However, you guys, as much as I'm frustrated with Pelo, I don't feel like it's going to work for them to decide for him to go to rehab. I don't think that it's going to work. I think it's going to be a thing of them having to wait for Pelo to get to a point. Because even if they can take him to a rehab, he's going to stay there for a few days, and then maybe or he's just going to pretend that he is healed, and then he's going to come out and drink again. So I feel like even though everybody understands that he needs help and they can organize some intervention just to express to him, which, listen, we all see it, we all agree here that you need help, but at the end of the day, I do feel like it's a situation where he has to still make that decision. So when he responded to the uncle and said, no, it's just one imeko endikuyo, I just need patience there by the rehab. Okay, they have a lot of patients there by the rehab. Okay, just go over there. Okay, go over there and stay there for as long as you need. They have a lot of patients there. We are very patient. We can even do for like a year without the show. It's okay. Like we can do without the Bala family for 2025 while Pelo is in rehab, and then 2026 the show comes back. We are very, very patient. I'm sure the family is patient enough. I'm sure at the rehab they are patient enough because he says that he requires patience. Okay, but right now we are patiently waiting for Pelo to admit that he has an alcohol problem so that Pelo can go to a rehab center and he can get some help. That's what we are waiting for. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I can't wait for it to happen, but I don't think that we can rush it because he just doesn't, he's not there yet. Okay, he says, imeko akuyo. Okay, now you guys, he had made a decision that he's going back to his mom's home because I think he realizes that there is no escaping Pelo. His father's family is different from his mother's family, but there's no escaping yourself when you're going through something, especially if you are in a situation when you are the problem. If you go somewhere else, so you are going with yourself, you are the. So I think that him moving between the families, he keeps thinking that he's going to feel different, but there's something that he feels about himself that is going everywhere with him. You are with your friends, you are there, Pelo. You are with this family, your father's family, you are there. You are with your mother's family, you are there. The common denominator is you. So if the situation is not helping you, behaving this way here, you're behaving that way here, you're behaving that way here. The problem here is you. Okay, you need to fix you. Okay, I don't think that he gets that. So he keeps, moving. This family is better because there is a man in that family in daughter, and I'm like, and that daughter, it could be you because you are old enough to be that in daughter at your mother's house. But the problem is you are drunk all the time, so you can't do it. Okay. Listen, I can't wait for Pelo to realize that he needs that kind of help so that he can just go get himself that kind of help. And then we can come back and have a show, okay? Like a normal show where Pelo is not drunk all the time. Now, you guys, of course, we found them at the retreat, okay? When we didn't even know they were supposed to be. I'm like, what's the retreat for? Who organized it? Who is coming to this retreat? How long is it gonna be? I have questions, but nobody is answering my questions. So I just had to watch and see, okay? So Loyiso Jen is there with Pelo and also Mom, Pinky and Zwei. Anyway, the family is very small. I realized that, especially without the kids, if they don't bring their kids, their family is very, very small. So they're at the retreats. So I guess, but I guess they haven't begun retreating. They haven't begun retreating because I was hoping to see some retreat situations. Maybe they're going to do some team what things. Maybe the therapist is going to come. Something, nothing. Okay, it's just them. Now, there was a conversation that took place between Loyiso, Pelo, and Jen because they're trying to find out how Pelo is doing after the whole thing of going to Queenstown. And apparently Loyiso was there, but I didn't see Loyiso. Okay, I did not see Loyiso and Queen. Did I miss it, guys? If you are watching the show, tell me, did you see Loyiso at the funeral or memorial service or anything? I didn't see Loyiso. I saw Mom, but I didn't see Loyiso. So they're just finding out what's happening with that. Now, you guys, the issue is that Zwei and Pinky are saying they were not told about the passing Kababa Pelo. Okay, and I know that we are going to feel differently. We are going to be split with this one because when Pelo's father passed away, by the way, you guys, it's not his father, it's his father's twin brother. So we're just going to say it's his father. So when he passed away, Mom put a voice recording on their family group to tell everybody that Pelo's father had passed away. May his soul rest in peace, all of that. Okay. Loyiso and Jen decided they are going to support Upelo with the whole thing of him going to Queenstown and burying his father. Mom does the same on her side, because she even went to the funeral with, abantu ababemphelezela, I guess it's some of the family members, maybe her friends or something. Zwei and Pinky decided that they were not going to go because they were not told. Okay. Now, you guys, you already know how I feel about that, because I'm like, your brother lost her father. What did you want him to do? Zwei, Nkosi enkulu. Bayede baba, ngishonele ubaba. Hey, can I go bury my father? Was he expecting that? I felt like the message from the mother to let everybody know, and it was equal, because nobody got a special call, unless they reveal it later on that the other people got a special call. Like, everybody got something equal, and I think that was the thing, because maybe if the mother called them, somebody was going to say, why did you call this person first? She just put a message on a WhatsApp group. Your family, everybody got to know at the same time that ubaba kaPhelo ushonile. Other people decided to support, other people didn't. But the people that didn't support, I feel like it's an excuse for them to say they did not support Phelo because they were not told. I feel like if they want to not go, then they have a right to not go, because they do say that Phelo was not at their father's umsebenzi mabebuyisa ubaba wabo. So if there was payback for them to say, now awuzange ube khona when we must buyisa ubaba wethu, so we are not going to your father's funeral, that's okay, I guess. In some families, I guess it's okay, but I feel like that it's ridiculous to use the excuse because you were not told, because the message was on a WhatsApp group. Everybody was told that way. Why did you require special treatment? So Pinky and Zwei didn't go to support Phelo. I don't think that Phelo was missing them, okay? Because I'm going to say, Zwei, Pinky, and Phelo don't like each other, okay? And also, they might not like lawyers, but they don't want to say that they don't like lawyers. So instead of saying they don't like lawyers, so they would say that they don't like his wife. Because, guys, when we come to these families, we will be coming to these families that are messed up, okay? But if you are a Makoti, okay, even the fights that took place in 1982, before you were born as a Makoti, when you come to the family, they blame you for that fight. They say, yes, it was you. You started the fight in 1982 before you were born, because everything that happens in the family, if you are involved in relationships as Umakot, is all your fault. That's why everything that is going on in the Bala family is Jen's fault. Jen has only been part of that family for less than a decade, and the problems in this family has been going on for more than 3 decades, but it's all Jen's fault. Okay, the reason the siblings are not close is Jen's fault. The reason that Pink is not close to her mother, even though she's known her mother her whole life, is Jen's fault. Everything is Jen's fault, because that's what happens with African families. Okay, if you joined the family yesterday, the fight that took place 3 weeks ago is the Makoti fault. So if you are a Makoti, just accept it. Okay, say it to yourself. All of the fights that take place in the family from now on are my fault, so that you are not shocked when they start blaming you. So you guys, now that is the issue. I guess maybe when they start retreating, we start to hear about it. What was the expectation from Uzwai, and what was the expectation from Opinki? Because I want to hear them out to say, if everybody was told over WhatsApp by the mother, what do they expect? Okay. And obviously Phelo is like over it. It's like, I kukhona abantu that just want to be worshipped in this family. I am doing it. Okay. I feel like when it comes to, but it depends how the family is like. Sometimes in families, you just have to understand what, to get along. This is how this person, wants to be treated. And this is how this family wants to be treated. There are people that don't have issues, it's not complicated. You put it in the family group, it's all. Other people want a special message. Other people want you to drive to their house and sit on their couch and drink their tea and invite them, So sometimes, just to keep the peace in the family, you have to treat the people the way that they want to be treated. The one that prefers a phone call, or a phone. The one that wants a phone call and a WhatsApp and you to sit in the couch, you do it. What are we gonna do? Okay, it's family. Anyway, you guys, now what I'm saying is that I am willing to hear Uzwai out, Beno Pink, just to understand what was the expectation and why would they expect that, because maybe we are just not understanding them. But I do feel like it was sufficient for mom to just say in the WhatsApp group, But again, since it's a retreat, maybe we will see more from the retreat and we'll understand more why they have a problem with this, you guys. Now, there's another conversation that takes place between Zwei, Pinky, and Mom talking about Upelo. Obviously, because all the conversations are about Pelo, because Pelo is the star of the show. There wouldn't be any show without Upelo. That's why I want Pelo to go to recovery and recover and come back, because he is actually the show, okay? He gets on my last nerve, but he is actually the show. Now, you guys, they're talking about it because Mom wanted to speak to Pinky and Zwei about getting Upelo some help. Now, here's the thing, you guys. A mother sometimes be doing things that even them, they cause division in the family. Because tell me why you are having a conversation about Pelo needing help and needing to go to a rehab, and you are calling Pinky and Zwei but not calling Loiso. Tell me why, ma'am. Okay, I love the Bala mama. Okay, ngiyamthanda lo mama, but khona izinto azenzayo naye where I feel like she doesn't think it kahle, to say it's okay. If I'm going to call Zwei and Pink already don't get along with Pelo, and I'm wanting to get Pelo help, but I'm going to talk to the two people that Pelo doesn't get along with. I'm going to talk to the two people that Pelo doesn't listen to. I'm going to talk to the two people that misunderstand Pelo more, or understand Pelo more, whatever it is, but they don't get along with Pelo. Why not include Uloyiso? If you are trying to create this unity thing, so that I understand Pelo not being there because they wanted to discuss what can we do to help Pelo, but I'm not understanding why Uloyiso was not part of that conversation. But like I said on the show, they don't explain certain things. Maybe she tried to call him and he wasn't available. I don't know, you guys, okay? Or tried to call Jen and Jen was like, I'm the manager, my husband ain't available for that conversation, okay? Yes, Pela, we have to blame Jen, guys. Jen is a makoti, so we just have to blame Jen for everything, okay? Yes, everything. The wall, after the storm, if you don't go in-law house, Lua, it's you. It's your fault as makoti. Everything is your fault as makoti. Load shedding, all of the makotis is their fault that we have load shedding, water shedding, everything, guys. The reason bread is so expensive, it's because of umakoti. If you umakoti nje wazi ukuthi fault yakho ukuthi isinkwa siyabiza, you understand. Yes, you guys. So I did like the fact that mom is realizing that she needs to involve the family in trying to see what kind of help they can get for Pelo. But I just don't understand the exclusion of Lois. Lois's wife, yes, if they say, okay, she's not part of the family, I don't know, okay? But Loiso should have been there, okay? Now, you guys, even when I want to like Zoe, he makes me do this. Because it's like, that conversation was about mom trying to see what can she get from Pinky and Zwei so that they can come together and come up with a plan to help Upel. It wasn't about blaming anybody. It was about, guys, what do we do to help Upel? Zwei goes into the whole thing of now Lois defense Pelo, because she just has, with every conversation, Zwei has to blame Lois, Zwei has to blame Jen. Okay, but he will blame Jen more than he blames Lois because Jen is the makoti. Okay, so I just don't understand it. I feel like even if he has a point, it's very hard for me to get it, because I'm just not understanding the obsession. That's why, to prove to everybody that Lois is not a good brother to Pelo, and that Jen is a bad influence on Loiso, and Jen has caused all of the problems that she has caused to the family. I can't see it, Okay, even if it's there, I'm not gonna say it because of that obsession that he has. He just can't focus on himself. And okay, listen, I might be irritated with Pelo, but he's still my brother, and this is what I am willing to do. Or listen, I'm done. I don't want to do it, but not go into the whole thing of blaming the other people. It's not like your relationship with Pelo is perfect. It's not like your relationship with Pinky is perfect, because I have picked up, you guys. I have picked up that when Pinky and Zwei communicate, Pinky almost has to say yes to everything that Zwei says. It is not possible. It is not possible at all, if you're an individual, to have somebody that is another individual in your life that you agree with every idea they come up with, whatever they think must happen, you agree with it. It's not possible. You know, I feel like Pinky has figured out that in order for me to have a relationship with Uzwai, I have to agree with him. I have to support his ideas, and I have to be on his side, okay? Because maybe also he can help me financially, okay? So I feel like that, okay? Because I feel like there's no way that you guys just like everything you agree with. You never be like, but maybe asenze kanje. You never ever. Okay, it's not making sense. It's not adding. 2 plus 2 is equaling 3, and it's not supposed to be like that, if you understand what I mean. Okay, so listen, you guys. At the end, I do like that Mama is very assertive. Is it the word? Assertive, yes. Where she was like, listen, when Zoe was trying to gaslight the situation and make it about him, he was like, listen, you're talking too much, but you haven't heard what I'm saying. Okay, the older our mothers get, the more they can just like, tell you your business in with 2 words. Just, they can wrap your world in with 2 words. It was like, you haven't heard what I want to say, you talk too much. And then Zoe was quiet. I was like a little boy for that moment. And then Mama was like, no, I agree with you guys that it's not a time for us to get permission from Upelo to help him. I don't agree with them, but she agrees with them, the mother. I don't feel like there's any situation where Upelo is going to go to rehab without him agreeing to it. They are saying they don't have to wait for him to agree. There's no way. Pelo is not going to go. Anyway, at rehab, Pela, you don't get kidnapped to go to a rehab. So even if your family, everybody thinks you should go to a rehab and everybody agrees, if you don't want to go, you're an adult. If you don't want to go, they're not going to admit you the rehab, because what's the point? You don't want to be there. So I don't agree with them saying that they don't have to hear from Upelo. They can come up with a plan and present it to Upelo to say, we feel you have a problem. This is what we think is a solution. But if he doesn't think there is a solution, he's still not going to use that solution. Okay. So even though Mom is agreeing with them, I don't agree with everybody. Okay. I feel like, you guys, as long as in this family there are 2 camps that don't agree, there is Pinky, Zwei, and Mom, and then there is Pelo, there is Loiso and Jen. As long as there are 2 camps like that don't come together with one plan to help Pelo, it's unlikely that Pelo will take the help, because I think that when he doesn't feel comfortable with this group, he's going to spend time with this group. When he doesn't feel comfortable with this group, he's going to spend time with this group. I think that they don't treat the situation of Pelo the same, and they're allowed to, because Loiso and Jen are more understanding. Okay, these ones are like, we are over it. Okay, we are over your behavior. This is it now. You need help. They are more like, listen, that is not going to help. Shouting at him and all of that is not going to help. So we're going to listen to him. Okay, how long we're going to do it, we don't know, but we are still going to do it. So the 2 camps are treating the situation very different. But I think that they do need to come together to say, listen, we might not agree with how we need to treat him, but we agree that he has a problem, and we agree that he needs to go get help. So maybe we need to sit down and do some intervention where we express to him that we love him. All of us love him. All of us love him differently. But all of us agree that he needs to go to a rehab, so that he understands, Upelo, that the fact that the 2 don't treat him the same doesn't mean that the 2 groups don't think the same when it comes to the fact that he has a problem and he needs help. They need to come together with that one. Okay. Now, you guys, okay, the interesting thing is that Pello ends up having a conversation with Ujen, and he asked Ujen to be his manager. I love the reality TV mess in just that statement, okay? I love the reality TV mess in the thought in Pello's mind where he thought he wants to make Jen the manager. Listen, it might make all of the business sense for him to choose Jen because they do have a good relationship with Jen. They seem to be able to, as much as Upelo is not a good communicator, he communicates very well with Jen. So it makes sense that he would choose Jen, and Jen has managed Loiso, and Loiso's career is blooming. So it makes good business sense, okay? But I can tell you that in Pelo's mind, there was a part of that decision that was just to stick it to Uzwai and stick it to Upingi. And I loved it, okay? The toxic side of me, okay? The toxic side of me, I loved it because I was like, this is going to be good reality TV. So Jen is going to be managing Upel. I was like, when Zoe finds out, he's going to have heart palpitations, okay? Because I really don't like Jen. Okay, listen, you guys, I'm waiting to see because I've seen most people, not most people, a lot of people in the comment section saying Jen is not a good person. Jen is very sneaky. I'm waiting to see it because I feel like for me, when I saw Ujen, that Ujen really loves the mom, even is making appointments with mom to go to the doctor, taking mom to the doctor, gave mom the car, all of that, I was like, guys, listen, even if I wanted to hate Jen, I can't. Even if Jen was my sister, listen, I want my brother to find a wife that is going to take my mother to the hospital, okay? I need my brother to find a wife that is going to collect my mother's medication. I need my brother to find a wife that is going to give my mother a car. Okay? If he found a wife like that, listen, every month I'm sending that wife flowers, just in Jen. Okay? So it's very hard for me to be convinced that Jen is not just a good person, okay, with the things that I've seen her do, okay? So she might have a little bit of reality TV messiness here and there because even here in this scene, she does say, hey, you know how people are going to react with this one. But she does agree that she's going to manage Pelo. Guys, I don't know how she's going to do it with Jen, but maybe because they seem to have an understanding with Pelo, maybe it's going to work, but I don't know how do you work with Pelo because now Pelo is making sense, talking business in the future, and then Pelo is drunk and, listen, guys, in the syllabus, in the curriculum, is it curriculum or curriculum, whatever it is, of Uktwasa, they must put in there, managing your emotions, managing your career, dealing with anxiety. In the syllabus of Uktwasa, they must put it in there. Because I don't understand people that are going through Twasa and they come back like acting crazier than they did before by Twasa. What the hell was that about? Okay. How are you gonna sit there by Ukobela, Ukukangamatolo, all of that, and then you come back, your anxiety is even worse than it was before Twasa, and you can't manage your own career, you can't manage somebody needs to tell me what is in the syllabus of Twasing. What are you learning manitwasa kanti? Because it seems like a person would go ayotwasa abuye kungathi kakhulu than before. It's not making sense, but please explain to me respectfully so in the comment section, okay? So Jen is going to be the manager. I don't know how that's gonna work. I hope that it's genuine from Pelo's side. It's not just to, but Uzwai ends up having a conversation. There was a conversation with Mom, Zwai, and Pinky, but there was also a conversation between Zwai and Pinky. Obviously, Pelo was a conversation. Obviously, Loiso. Obviously, Jen. Those two never talk about themselves, okay? Never. Now, here's the thing, you guys. Remember, there was Bala brothers, the three of them. Now, Pinky has joined the group. Now it looks like Pelo has left the group because Pinky has joined the group, kind of a situation. Okay. Now I think one of the issues, you guys, is that Zoe decides what goes on when it comes to the group. Okay, guys, now we are a group. Oh, we're having problems. Leave the group alone. And now, you guys, let's add Pinky. Now Pinky is not part of the group. Now Pinky is the group. I don't see conversations where they sit down and they say, listen, it would be nice now that we are doing the show together and it seems to be working. People are really interested in Pinky. People know Pinky can sing. Can we go back to being the four of us instead of just three? We're not saying those conversations, but it feels like it might be that they edit the show in a way that we don't see it, but it happens. But we don't see those conversations. So it feels like Zwei just makes a decision. It's now says no, Pinky say part of the group. And I've said, you guys, I don't understand why Pinky was never part of the group from the beginning anyway. I feel like she should have been part of the group because she can sing. She needs the money too. So why not? I didn't understand why they did the Bala brothers. They didn't do just the Bala family the whole time, So I support Pinky being part of the group, of course. But I feel like Zwei makes the decisions and then tells the others what's going to be. And then, but the relationships are not that good that the others will be like, oh no, but if Ufunu sister join a group, it's okay. The relationships are not that good. The relationships are fragile where people are like, how? So Pinku's a part of the group, okay. But they don't express it, but then they make decisions based on that, communication, which is, from what I understand, Pelo is wanting to do his own thing, solo career, everything. So now they are going to be B3, it's going to be Bala brothers and a sister, but it's not going to be all of them. If Pelo is not going to be part of it, I don't know. So, and I don't even know if Loiso is going to continue, okay? Because there is a point where he did say, not in this episode before, where he says, if it's not all of us, I don't even know if this group would exist if it's not all three of us as part of the group. At that time, he was just talking about the Bala brothers, okay? So, you guys, this is where we are. They are at the retreat. We are waiting to see what they're going to be doing at the retreat. I thought that episode 12 would probably be their finale episode, but it didn't feel like a finale episode because they are just arriving at the retreat and they haven't retreated. So I think, you guys, I might be mistaken. I think what they're going to do is maybe bring a therapist and then they're going to do the retreat. And the retreat is going to feel to us like some kind of a tell-all or some kind of a reunion. I think if they do it that way, it's going to be interesting, because if you bring a family together with the thing of it's the therapy session, but then go through everything that has happened in the show, things that people have said in the show, the misunderstandings, all of that, and then get to a point where the family talks about Pelo and Pelo's problem and Pelo needing help, I think it would be great. It will be wonderful last 2 episodes, because I do feel like we've had enough of the Bala family. I think 12 episodes is enough. If they want to do more, I would say if they do it that way, it will be like wonderful 2 additional episodes. And then we can just be done with this episode, okay? We'll see it next year. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This video is so long, okay? If you watch this video until here, tell me, because I am going to give you, what can I give you? I'm broke. I'll give you many, many hearts under your comment if you waited or if you listened to this video up until here, because you deserve it. My voice in your ear. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Tell me what you think about this episode in the comment section. Like the video before Pumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers.